Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here. Just going to read you some jokes, some things I found funny. A school teacher sends this note home to all the parents on the first day of school. It says, if you promise not to believe everything your child says happens at school, I'll promise not to believe everything he says happens at home. I remember a Sunday school teacher told me one time, take prayer requests with the 7 and 8-year-olds. You'll know what's going on in your church. Amen. All right. A very dirty little fellow came in from playing in the yard and asked his mother and said, who am I? Ready to play the game. She said, I don't know. Who are you? Wow, cried the child. Miss Johnson was right. She said I was so dirty my own mother wouldn't recognize me. All right, the car keys. A man and his wife arrived at an automobile dealership to pick up their car, but were told that the keys had been accidentally locked in it. They went to the service department and found a mechanic working feverishly to unlock the driver's side door. As they watched from the passenger side, the guy instinctively tried the door handle and discovered it was open. Hey, the man announced to the technician, it's open. I know, answered the young man. I already got that side. Somebody told me that must have been a blonde when I told them that. All right, I used to be blonde, and this is all natural. But anyhow, a curious child asked his mother, Mommy, why are some of your hairs turning gray? The mother tried to use the occasion to teach her child, it's because of you, dear. Every bad action of yours will turn one of my hairs gray. The child replied innocently, now I know why grandmother had only gray hairs when she died. Got it. All right. My sister's eldest boy liked nothing better than to sit on his grandfather's knee and have stories read to him. One day, after a story about Noah's Ark and how Noah led pairs of animals to the safety of the ark, the little boy asked, Granddad, you're very old. Were you in Noah's Ark? Well, of course not, said Granddad. And so then the little boy answers innocently, well then, how come you didn't drown when the flood came? Oh, ouch. All right. The most important thing in life is not knowing everything. It's having the phone number of somebody who does. That's old Henry Ford off take of that. I hate it when people see me at the supermarket and they're like, hey, what are you doing here? I tell them, hunting elephants. If you didn't see it with your own eyes or hear it with your own ears, don't invent it with your small mind and share it with your big mouth. All right, and here was a funny one kind of from World War II. Here's a story set just after the Second World War at Portsmouth Dockyard. One day a night watchman stopped a worker who had been walking out of the dockyard gates pushing a wheelbarrow with a suspicious-looking package in it. The watchman opened the package and found it contained nothing but some old bits of rubbish, sawdust, floor sweepings, and the like. The next day, he stopped the same worker who was again pushing a wheelbarrow containing a suspicious-looking package. Once more, it contained nothing of any value. The same thing happened for several days on the trot until the watchman finally said, okay, I give up. I know you're up to something. I just can't tell what it is. Please, I promise not to arrest you. Just tell me what it is. Put me out of my misery. Wheelbarrows, smiled the worker. I'm stealing wheelbarrows. All right. God bless. Talk with you later in Jesus.